Hey everybody, this is Chris at Zenwork Reptiles. Thank you for joining me. I am shooting some video in my reptile room. I don't do it that much because there's two reasons. Is that I have ARS backdrop and I watch Chris Hardwick and he's been doing that for a long time. I don't want to act like I'm copying his videos. He does a lot of videos where you see the ARS racks in the back. I didn't really want to do that. Also, my lighting's horrible. I actually have to sit down because if I'm up too close, I'm too close to the lighting. This is a garage. You can tell by the sound. You can hear my ASF rats drinking from their water bottles. I had to turn off all the fans in here. That's the reason why I don't film in here. But I wanted to prove that I do have a reptile room. I do have animals. It's just that it's really hard to film in here. But I've been having so many people ask me to kind of look at my reptile room. It just, it's been not quite done. But now, I'll at least show you some of my racks here. Right there is most of my adult ball pythons, my breeder females. There's one of my hatchling racks. I don't think you can see it very well. I have a little reptile basics I use for hatchlings. I have another one. I would love to get my own shop, which I'm planning on doing and moving out, so I can do better videos with all my animals. But right now, this garage does not have the great lighting, and it's noisy, and it's just not best at filming. That's why I do my filming upstairs in my office, because it works really great. I have great lighting up there, great windows, and I also have some glow lights that work really well. Anyways, if you guys are new here today, consider subscribing. What that does for you is it keeps you in the loop of all my videos coming out, so you guys will know and be up to date when they come out. Also, if you hit that like button, what that like button does for me is let me gauge how you guys like my videos, and I keep kind of going that way. The ones that get more likes, I do more videos like that. So anyways, today I'm going to talk about, if I were you, what kind of projects would I start out with if I was starting all over. I'm going to take you guys upstairs here in a few because it's so noisy down here. But I'm going to give you some hints and some ideas of what I would start. A lot of people ask me, if I start all over, what would I do? What would I start with? Man, those things are noisy. Let's go to my room. Hey everybody, welcome back to my office. Better lighting, better sound, no rats drinking water, no fans going. Anyways guys, before we get started, I just want to let you know that I appreciate you guys watching my videos, being part of my YouTube family. I do appreciate all the comments, all the love you guys give me, all the pointers you give me. Even had someone help me out with some ASF rat problems I'm having. So you guys are amazing. Not only am I helping you guys are helping me. It's like iron sharpening iron. Some of you guys have figured things out that I haven't figured out, and I figured things that you haven't figured out, so it works out really well. And I just appreciate you guys for being part of my family, for subscribing, and watching my videos. It's all because of you guys. Let's get started. Anyways, guys, you can see that I changed my shirt. Just had an incident. The snake decided to use me as a latrine. Anyways, it all happens in the line of duty of shooting videos. I should have known better because I just fed him 3 days ago and he was feeling a little lumpy. Anyways, it's all good though. Still love him. I have people ask me, what would I do if I was going to start all over? And there's a lot of mistakes I made and I've learned from. I was hoping I can help you out with some of my mistakes that I made so you guys don't duplicate them. So if I was starting all over, well, first of all, I would have two projects going. I would have either co-dominant or dominant snakes, have those genes over here, and breeding them for fast money, or pet grade snakes I can sell pretty easily. Say like I got a bamboo, I can breed it with a normal. I'd have half bamboo, half bamboo, half normal. I can also get a couple genes in there. Those are pretty easy to sell. Like bananas, you can sell them. You breed a normal. Half of them are going to be bananas. About the female male trait. I'm not going to get into that right now. If anybody has questions about how the female male trait work, I can explain it to you, but I'm not going to explain it to you in this video. But they're real easy to get into. You can breed them and get money out of them right away. And I know this isn't all about money, but this is about how I set up my thing is I try to make up money that I spent into this business, because I've spent lots of money in this business. I've spent lots of money on racks, lots of money on supplies, lots of money on snakes, and it's nice to get some of it back. I mean, my goal actually is to become a full-time breeder, and I'm planning on doing it soon, but this is about how to get some money back and how I would start all over. So I'd have two projects going. I'd have a dominant project that I chose, and something that's gonna catch people's eye, like bananas, bongos do really well, bamboos do really well. They pop out, people really like them, you know, especially if you add some pastel in them, which is really easy to get a hold of pastel. A pastel like bongo, pretty easy to get a hold of. A pastel or an inchy banana, really easy to get a hold of. That's actually the first male I bred, and it's the first snakes I bred and what I sold. Yeah, I'm holding a snake. Another thing I would get into is a recessive program, and I would choose which one I would want to do. I'm not saying you can't do more than one, but you probably want to choose one that really, you know, talks to you when you're first starting out. Say you want to do clown, you want to do desert ghost, sunset. There's a lot of recessives. Pied's pretty easy to get into. You can buy pied hets for $100, $200 around there that are nice. Also, you can get into full-blown visual pieds for $300 to $400, depends on what you want. Just a basic pied. A lot of people get into pied. Pied are very visually beautiful, and they sell really good for pet grade snakes. So what I'm trying to say is that if I was doing this all over, I would get these snakes and breed them with a bamboo, like say some normals or some pastel females or some super pastel females. Honestly, God, guys, you can find super pastel females super cheap. Adult super pastel females super cheap on Morph Market. What I mean super cheap is probably a couple $100 to $400. And if you think about, you breed them once and you got your money back. So if I'd start all over, I would give me some adult females and probably super pastels. I have some super pastels, and I have some more on the way, because you can get a really nice male and add it to them, and then you have some beautiful snakes. I mean, if I got me, you know, a bongo, or say a bongo banana, and bred it with the super pastel female, I'm gonna have some killer snakes that I can turn around and sell and make some money. Also have some holdbacks for later on. So this is about how to pay for your hobby and not go broke, and you know, and maybe recoup some of your thing. Because it took me a couple years to start recouping money, and I know now what I would do. That it's a lot easier to recoup money than I thought, but I understand now. When you start having babies and you understand how it sells, it just clicks. But you have to make some and breed some to understand how it works. I wish I can like show you and, you know, explain to you step by step, but it's, once you figure it out, it's real simple. I'm not saying it's real simple to make millions of dollars. I mean, at this point in time for me, but it's real simple to understand what sells and how to, you know, recoup some of that lost money that you put into it. And the goal is not only that you want to make snake babies, you want to do a good quality, but you also want to recoup that money. I'm just telling you, because it's nice to have a hobby that you can actually make money back. I mean, if you like, say you're really into, you want a side-by-side, or you're into hunting. I have friends that do that here, and they spend so much money. It's crazy how much they spent to go hunting nowadays, and here in Washington. And half the time they don't even get nothing, and it's so much money. When I was a kid, I used to really be in the bird hunting and fishing. Those days are long gone. I went to Reptiles, but I grew up fishing and hunting, and bird hunting mostly. But it's wonderful to have a hobby that actually pays for itself, and it's pretty simple. So recessives, like I have some recessives down here. I mostly buy hets when I'm first starting out, and the reason why hets are so much better, as long as you can trust the person you're buying it from. Just don't go buy it from, you know, averagejoe.com. just go on Morph Market and check the reviews and make sure that you know who they are. Maybe go to YouTube, check their videos out. Make sure they're not just, you know, some fly-by-night place, because you can really get messed up on Morph Market. And if you do, please pay with PayPal, because I've had people try to cheat me before, but PayPal made them pay it back. So definitely use PayPal. But hets, so say if I was gonna buy me I'll just use pied. Pied's real simple. A pied gene. I can buy 3 pied females from a reputable breeder for the cost of 1 visual pied female. And I know you'd see the visual and it looks really nice in your cage. You can bring it out and say, hey, look at my pied female. You have friends come over. So there's a difference between having a pet and what's, you know, you're trying to make some money back. But I can take that female, those 3 females, and breed them when they become old enough to breed. And maybe say only 2 of them go. But say I have like, this is their first year, they have 5 eggs apiece. So I'm guaranteed to have probably about 5 pied snakes. Probably more, but I'm kind of being, I'm being, you know, kind of rounding it down a little bit. So the next year, say all 3 of them go, you know, then they'll be having more babies. I'm gonna have a better chance. So if I just got 1 pied female and I bred her and say she had 4 eggs, 5 eggs, I would have 5 pied females, so I'll be in the same spot. And what if that one don't even go? So I might even have none. But the chance of having 3 snakes that are, you know, is a lot better than just having 1, and it's about a 50-50 chance. And even if I don't, I can hold back some of those, and I can have more pied, a big pied army to add on to it later. Especially if I add what you want to do is get a visual male and get some genes in there, you know, like say a pied yellow belly or a pied bamboo or something, you know, that with a little more stuff on it. You breed to that pied, and even if you can't see the visual pied, you might see the visual bamboo or the visual bongo. So hets are amazing. It's not really a cheap way to go. It's actually the correct way to go, and I've actually watched Billy Rose, who's one of the biggest breeders probably in Canada, and one of the biggest breeders, probably ball python breeders there is, and he uses hets too. So, and he even has videos telling you that you should use hets when you first start out. And he does buy some visuals, but he buys just as many hets. Like this one right here, this female right here, she is het clown. She's also got Mojave Extreme gene. Something else I can't think of it offhand. I'd look at her papers. But this right here, I mean, she's not that, she was way cheaper. I got her way cheaper having all these, well, she has Orange Dream in her too. Just remember, she has Orange Dream. I got all these wonderful genes in here, and I got some pretty cool, you know, males I want to breed her to. Obviously, she's not BNF yet. I've only had her for about a year. I got her last year, and I'm trying to bulk her up. So I got a couple years to go. But I mean, I get all these cool genes in here without spending the extra money on the pied. So I don't want the video to be too crazy long today. I don't want to, you know, bore you guys. But if I was starting all over, I would have 2 projects. I'd have a quick turnaround project, which is going to be your co-dom or your dominant project. So, you know, you can get you some bananas. You can get you a killer banana male for like $2,000 that has all these genes in it. It's going to be pretty wicked. And you're breeding him with, just say, even a normal or a super pastel. You're going to have some banging snakes that's going to sell real easy on the pet trade. Because like when you go to pet shows, say especially around here in Washington, I'm not sure, because this year I plan on going to more pet shows. I'm actually planning on going to the Las Vegas show. I'm hoping to go to Pomona. I'm going to start getting myself to these shows across US. That's my goal. I got to time. I have a busy place at work. I'm trying to get more days away and taking more time doing this stuff. I know for sure I know 99% sure I'm going to the Vegas show. Hopefully Pomona. I mean, hopefully Tinley. I'm planning on it, guys. But like I said, I'm gonna keep it a long time. But 2 projects going. Get those co-doms or the dominants going. You can turn them around real quick, sell them for pets. All the shows I've been to, people are looking for pets. They mostly want to spend anywhere from $50 to $1,000 just for a pet snake. And that's what when you're first starting out, honest to God, that's what you're gonna be selling. You're not gonna be selling, I mean, unless you have tons of money, which, you know, I know I'm pretty I make pretty decent money, and I don't have enough money to buy these $10,000, $20,000 snakes. It's gonna be hard to do that. You know what I mean? When I spend $20,000 on a, you know, $40,000 on a new truck, it's kind of hard to pay, you know, $20,000 for a snake at this point in time. Now, if I were to get to that place, I'd have no problem dropping that money because I know that the money's gonna come back. It's just that you gotta work yourself up there. So, don't mean to be repetitive, but get you a project, a co-dominant project that you can get some quick turnaround cash to get some more cash flow. And you don't even have to even pay back what you're doing, but you have more money coming in that you can actually buy better snakes. Then have your recessive project over here that you're working on even slower than this project. And you can work this up and build it up, and eventually this will pay off bigger, way bigger dividends, but it takes a lot more time. Where these ones over here, your co-dominant genes that you choose out, whatever you want, are going to bring you fast, smaller dividends, but it's quick. And you can turn around and make money and add to this over here, or, you know, even pay off, like, say, better racks and things like that. Anyways, guys, that's what I would do. I had people ask me that, and I hope that answers your question. I learned a lot from my mistakes over the years. People, you know, even though I love to help you with these videos, there's some things you have to figure out on your own, and that's like, I've watched lots of videos, but it'll eventually pop in your head when you start having babies and you realize what sells. You go to a couple of shows, you're like, oh, that makes sense. Then you got to change some things around. But anyways, guys, I love ya. Please check out some of my videos here. Also, subscribe. Boom, right there. I am trying to get 1,000 subscribers by the end of the year, actually in 6 months. I'm on task, I'm on target, and it's all you guys. I love you guys. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much for watching my videos and being part of my life. I'll see you next time.